Hey, everybody. Hey, this is Movies Merica. And in this episode, we will be spoiler free reviewing The Machine. And here's my machine, who's laying down on a job. Yes, he is. All right, let's get into this.
In a world where the number of movies available is great, but many are so bad, you'll learn a new definition of hate. One man sifts and reviews through the movie sludge. One man will be the movie cop, jury, and judge. He goes by many names, but you know him by Movies Merica.
Hey there, my movie maniacs, my fellow freedom-fueled film fanatics. Welcome to this latest episode of Movies Merica. Welcome on in, come on down, put your feet up, relax, ease your mind. Again, come on down. And this show is your show, not my show. It's your show. I'm just your humble host, Van Ebert. And I want to bring a brand new review for you for a brand new movie. And the brand new movie for this week is called The Machine. Yes, with Bert Kreischer playing Bert Kreischer. Yes. And so let's just get right into The Machine. Bert Kreischer plays, like I said, Bert Kreischer, and he is a middle-aged comedian, as we all know him. If you look him up on YouTube, if you know Bert Kreischer, okay? And I think he's like low 50s, something like that, okay? And he's been going through some personal trials and tribulations involving his daughter, and he's not doing comedy anymore. At least in this movie, he's not. But with his character in real life and in this movie, he's got the nickname The Machine because of a story involving him going over to Russia, I think in his early 20s, and him getting involved with the Russian mob and robbing and that kind of thing. And I'm not going to tell you the whole story because I'm going to let the movie do that for you, okay? But Mark Hamill plays his dad. You have a actress that I've never even heard of here, but she is quite good, named Eva. I think her last name is spelled Babic, and she plays Irina. And she's like a Russian, high up in the Russian mob, okay? But she can handle herself, okay? Well, so in this movie, he ends up being not so, encouraged to go over to Russia to help find an object of great value to this Russian mobster, the head of the Russian mafia, or head of a Russian mafia family, okay? And so they force him over there to help them find this highly valuable object, okay? And Irina is the one who forces him over there. Mark Hamill is his dad, kind of butts in and says, I'm going with you over to Russia. And then that is where the movie leads off from, okay? That's where all the wacky hijinks and the comedy and the action jumps off right there. And, this movie, it does have a hard edge to go along with the comedy, okay? So that was, I like those comedies where it does have that gritty, rough side to it. I think back to 48 Hours, okay? Eddie Murphy, Nick Nolte, directed by Walter Hill back in 1982. That was a funny movie, but it had a hard, violent edge to it, right? Beverly Hills Cop sort of had that as well. Bad Boys 2, they have a hard action-adventure, action-packed edge to them, and I like those kind of movies. And this movie has that as well, okay, to a point. So it really helps sell the movie. But and this movie also reminded me of Private Parts, the Howard Stern biopic back from the 90s, telling the story of Howard Stern, before he turned into the sniveling Weasley wuss that he is nowadays. But so that is, in a nutshell, what we're dealing with here with The Machine. Bert Kreischer puts on a humbling, self-deprecating, hilarious, and surprisingly heartfelt performance in this. I mean, he's not afraid to pull it out there emotionally and most certainly physically, because showing his gut and all its doughy glory really is his calling card, as anybody who's watched Bert Kreischer's comedy very well knows. He is absolutely not afraid to put all his personal failures out there in this movie. And it really does help bring a, personal, positive, unexpected vibe to this. Now, you do have to suspend your disbelief towards the end of the movie because it has like Kreischer kicking the ass of these big Russian mobster dudes, okay? But, it's a comedy, so it's not a big deal. Now, Jimmy Tatro, he is perfect casting for a young Bert Kreischer, and Kreischer personally chose him, and you'll see why. Well, if you watch the trailer, you could see Jimmy Tatro doing a spot on what I would imagine what a young Bert Kreischer looked like back when he was in his 20s, and obviously, who would know better than Bert Kreischer with that. Now, Tatro really didn't want to do another like frat party guy type of character. Apparently he's played a few of those in his career, but he said that the script to this was just too good to pass up, okay? One thing about this movie I just don't know about is the casting of Mark Hamill.
You blew it!
I mean, maybe Bert is a friend of his, or Bert is just a big Luke Skywalker fan. I'm not sure. I mean, Hamill hasn't done squat in movies outside of the Star Wars movies. I mean, basically he's nothing without the Star Wars movies. So he's definitely not a box office draw. His part, really, to be honest, could have been played by any number of other actors that could have played Bert Kreischer's dad in this. You know what? To be totally real with you, I mean, this is going to continue to be a head-scratcher about this movie for me. Now, this show is spoiler-free, but the show this Thursday night, Movies Merica, spoiler warning, is going to spoil you rotten, okay? It's going to get real spoilery, all right? The expiration date is way past, okay? Because I am going to spoil The Machine for you if you haven't seen it. So I would highly advise watching The Machine. And then join me on Thursday nights at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, so that's 6 Central and 5 Mountain Time, for my Movies Merica spoiler warning show. Again, we'll be going over The Machine, and you can check it out by clicking on the links to join via Rumble or YouTube on my Twitter page at Movies Merica. Okay, on Twitter page, you can click the links on there. They'll be on Facebook as well. Or if you want to watch it just by looking for it on Rumble or YouTube. On Rumble, you just got to type in Movies Merica at Rumble, and it'll bring it right to all my shows, including Movies Merica spoiler warning. Rumble is really the place you want to watch the show because it's the cool vibe, chill bar. It's kind of like the house that you go to on Halloween where they give you like the full-size Snickers bars. YouTube is really like the house you go to and they hand you out like toothpicks or a manual on, better dental hygiene, that kind of. So that's YouTube. So Rumble I would definitely recommend. If you go to YouTube and you type in Movies Merica, it's going to try to search for Movies America. No. What you have to do is right underneath where you specifically typed in Movies Merica, you have to click on search instead for Movies Merica, something like that. Click on there, okay? But if you click, if you go to Rumble and search for it there, it's so much easier. Again, or just look for the links on Twitter on Thursday under Movies Merica. You can find it that way. But with Movies Merica spoiler warning, you'll be able to live chat with me, and you can suggest things for me to talk about, like in live time, okay, in real time. And you could, hey, you could say things like, hey, Van, talk about that part where Bert Kreischer did this, or hey, what'd you think about this actress, or what'd you think about that action scene? Anything that comes to your mind, okay? Because I don't want to just be talking to myself on this show. This would be kind of awkward and creepy. I want to get interaction, all right? So again, that's Movies Merica, spoiler warning, and that is this Thursday night at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, 6 Central, 5 Mountain Time. I really want to see you there. The politics that they put into this movie, some subtle and some not so subtly, are mega cringe, okay? If I were a conspiracy theorist, I'd say it's all in there because of Democrat cultist Mark Hamill insisted that all these politics be skid marked right into the script. Now, it could just be that the writer's woke pandering game is just as legit as Hamill's. You get feminism through the Arena character. I mean, it's a good thing that a male transsexual character wasn't also vying for the same position that she was, because as we know, she'd get passed over for the man who feels pretty instead of just being passed over for a man, right? And that's where feminism has ended up, and I love every self-inflicted second of it. It couldn't have happened to a better, more deserving, contrived movement, okay? And then, to add to this, Kreischer and Hamill make an extra special effort to take a couple of shots across the bow of the state of Florida, all in just this one movie, okay? So I guess they considered they had work to do, and they made sure that dig against Florida work got done, okay? And now the chick think part of my mind here was actually quite disappointed that they didn't work in like a "don't say gay" bill or joke in this movie somewhere, okay? Hamill, he just straight up ditches the force for the snark with a comment about one of the woke cult's greatest hits, toxic masculinity. Now, to be perfectly honest, this movie isn't soaking wet with communist propaganda disguised as jokes. It's more of a light rain that's nothing the mist setting on your common sense windshield wipers can't take care of. Alrighty then, my movie maniacs, my fellow freedom-fueled film fanatics. It's that time where I kindly ask you to subscribe to this channel and like this video, and then hit that notification bell so you get notified of a brand new, piping hot, sizzling new episode of Movies Merica, especially for you, so you get word of it right away, so you can watch it right away, okay? Because I know you want to, okay? Come on. Why wouldn't you? And then also get down in that comment section and leave me a comment. I want to hear from you, okay? And then also make sure to visit our website, tdpn.locals.com. That's TDPN as in Till Death Podcast Network, okay? And that's where we have all our great content, our articles, our videos, our blogs, all about everything from movies and entertainment to fantastic, great drink recipes to hot button topics, politics, just lightning hot, sizzling subjects and topics, that will tantalize your senses, okay? And you're not going to see any of this stuff anywhere else, only on tdpn.locals.com. And right now, if you go to tdpn.locals.com and put in promo code TDPN, you're going to get 1 free month of that website with all that great content, okay? And an example of the great content that is for members only, okay, because you have to be a member or a supporter to see a lot of the content on there. One such example of some content like that is my Movies Merica Mad Libs on there. And to put it shortly, what that is I've written part of a script with some characters in there, and then you have the opportunity to go in there and in the comments underneath the Movies Merica Mad Libs, you can write script lines for all the characters, and go crazy, go nuts, write whatever you want. And then myself, Ian, and Sean, all the part of the unholy trinity of the Till Death Podcast Network, we're going to have to read what you write, okay? And we're going to have to play the characters. One of the characters is a woman. She's a whore / hairdresser, okay? And one of us, maybe me, is going to have to play that. And we're going to have to read whatever you write in a live read on my Movies Merica Spoiler Warning show on an upcoming Thursday, okay? So you yourself can make us read and act out what you write, okay? And that's on tdpn.locals.com. All right, on with the show. I got to give credit where credit is due. This movie does actually have some pretty decent action scenes in it. The makers of the John Wick movies and nobody would straight up get misty-eyed watching the action in this movie. It's just like those movies right there. Now, Eva Babic, I think is how you pronounce her last name. She plays Irina, and she is hands down the action superstar in this movie. She's really like the atomic blonde that they wanted Charlize Theron to be in that movie. Really, she's like Blonde Widow, okay? Now, is it Eva? Yeah, Eva. She is a Croatian actress that, personally, to be honest, I had never heard of. But she is fantastic. She's got a lot of charisma in this movie and a great sense of humor. She has some of the best lines in this. And at first, you think she's going to be like a one-note, one-dimensional character, but then they flesh out her character as we go further along in the movie to quite hilarious effect, okay? And, I mean, she takes down numerous dudes with ease. And with the staircase scene, another call out to Atomic Blonde. I mean, she shows she never hesitates in doling out world-class butt whoopings to anybody that gets in her way. And also the gunplay is really on point with a mix of automatic weapons and handguns. And as far as the weapons go, we actually even get a mace in this movie. That is correct. It is brew review time. You thirsty? I'm thirsty. So let's get on with this brew review time review, okay? And the lucky beer for this episode is, give me just a uno momento here. We've got a little St. Arnold Brewing Tarnation. Let me make sure that you can see that right there. St. Arnold Brewing Tarnation. St. Arnold Brewing being out of Houston, Texas. Yep. And this is no light beer, okay? This is not Bud Light. This is not Anheuser-Busch, okay? This is some serious American strong ale. And by strong, they mean 9% alcohol by volume, okay? So this is, this beer's got a little bit of kick to it, okay? Now, is it like Maker's Mark kind of strong? No, okay? Is it tequila strong? No, it's a beer, okay? But this is one of the thicker, stronger ales made out of Kolsch wheat here. And it is, it's pretty fantastic. All right, I'm not going to lie, okay? I don't approve of every beer that I review, and I'm not getting any money from St. Arnold Brewing, okay? This is just a good old-fashioned Texas Tarnation brew here. And you know what? I would definitely check it out. St. Arnold is not the most obscure beer brand. You probably can find it at, grocery store, somewhere in your area right there. Unless, you live in, the boonies, population 7. Okay, I'm probably not going to find it there, okay? But even there, you could probably go to, like, GoPuff.com or I think Drizzly.com and order it and get this mailed to you there. Again, not getting any money from them either, okay? All right, with that here, let me take a poll off good old Tarnation. Yes. All right, that is good stuff right there. Okay, well, for now, my thirst has been quenched. Hopefully you're quenching your thirst right now as well. And hey, let's get on with more The Machine. Here's yet another movie where the real people of America have spoken, and they love this movie. Currently on Rotten Tomatoes, the verified audience score is 94%, and the movie critics rating is 33%. Now, let me just give you one example from a movie critic, fresh from the movie critics bubble. Let me introduce you all to Christian Wilco from IndieWire, who writes, and I quote, "The comic's pre-existing fans should find plenty to love, but anyone who goes in hoping for any kind of literary substance would be better off just reading the nutrition facts on their junior mince box." So apparently, Christian is looking for commentary about the socioeconomic parallel between the indigenous peoples of Burma and the ruling class and the resulting uprooting of the artistic society that led to the underground poetry readings, fixating on the oppressive teachings and techniques employed by the blah, 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 blah in a comedy starring Bert Kreischer. Okay? Or Christian is looking for a movie critic-friendly Wes Anderson comedy.
Wow.
Okay? And really, this is just the latest instance showing the divide between the uppity movie critic bubble and the good people of America. All right, 1,000 thanks for sticking with me this long in this episode. And let me pay you back by turning you on to a fantastic product called Nature Clear Recovery Powder. And you may be asking yourself, what is this that Van over here is promoting? Well, it's a powder that's going to come in handy for you because if you like to go out and party, if you like to get a drink on, if you like to let loose, sometimes you get that thing we all call a hangover, right? I know I'm all too familiar with that, okay? And so if you want a recovery powder to take beforehand to help you avoid getting a hangover in the first place, that way you can go out and party and chill and let it all hang out as much as you want without having to worry about a hangover, well, we've got this Nature Clear Recovery Powder that can make that happen for you, okay? So all you do with this Nature Clear Recovery Powder is you just take this packet right here and you just dump it like 12 ounces of water. Any bottle of water will do. Just put this in here, shake it up, and drink that thing down before you go out for the evening or go out and have a good time, whatever you're doing, okay? But if you're out there and you're on your 5th Cosmo or your 13th tequila shot and you realize, oh, man, I forgot to take my Nature Clear. Have no fear, party goer, all right? Just take it when you get home, okay? So after you stumble into the door and hit your head on the coffee table, well, get back up and take your Nature Clear Recovery Powder, okay? And you'll be good to go. No hangover. Zero hangover, okay? And also it helps recover from smoking and vaping as well. So this is like a Swiss Army knife of recovery. So I'm sure right now you're asking, how do I get this fantastic Nature Clear Recovery Powder? Well, I'm glad you asked. All you got to do is click on the link in the description, the Nature Clear link in the description. Click on that. Select what you want to buy. Get it in the cart. And then in the cart, make sure you put in promo code MOVIES, okay? In the promo code box. Again, that's promo code MOVIES. And you get 25% off your next order of Nature Clear Recovery Powder, okay? You'll be doing yourself a favor. The drunk life you save could be your own. Well, hello there, my movie maniacs, my fellow freedom-fueled film fanatics. Welcome and thank you for sticking around this long. And it gives me just enough time to ask you again to subscribe to this channel and like this video and then hit that notification bell if you would. And then also getting those comments down below, okay? So even after you watch this episode, you can comment and reach out to me. I want to hear from you, okay? And then also go over to tdpn.locals.com. Just want to remind you of that again. And that's where you're going to find the fantastic contents, the articles, the videos, the blogs, the madness, okay, that you can't get anywhere else. And right now, you can get it for free for 1 month if you enter in promo code TDPN, okay? And after that, it's just a minimum of $3 a month, okay? That's nothing. $3, that's like 2 big-sized Snickers bars, 1 box of Hot Pockets, a month. Nothing, okay? So we definitely want to see you over there at tdpn.locals.com, okay? All right, time to wrap up this review of The Machine. Bailiff, please read the verdict on The Machine as far as whether you should go see this movie. The verdict is, go see this movie, okay? Now, I'm sure you've gotten that vibe from listening and watching this review so far. I would definitely go check it out. You don't have to be a fan of Bert Kreischer's comedy to go and appreciate this movie, okay? Now, don't take the kiddies, okay? It's a hard R movie. It definitely earns its R rating, okay? So it's for the grown-ups, not the kiddos, okay? But yeah, I think you'll have a good time. You know, you just suspend your disbelief. Just blow off the politics that they try to subtly, slickly try to sneak in there on you. But if you have 2 brain cells to rub together, you'll notice them. But just disregard those. But it's funny. Bert Kreischer puts on a really great, humbling, self-deprecating performance that makes you care about his character and his family. And the action is good. The action is fantastic. It's very kinetic. And, it's just got some really exciting moments in there. And the characters really gel together very well, particularly Bert Kreischer and then Eva Babic, if I'm saying her last name correctly. So, get in your car and go out to the theater for this one, okay? Do the theaters a favor and reward an original movie, okay? So this is not a sequel or another instance in an existing IP. It's an original movie. And, you don't have to know the Machine story beforehand. This movie will explain it to you, okay? All right, so, hey, with that, let's wrap it up the way I always do, okay, by letting you know, hey, people, get out there. Those movies aren't going to watch themselves. Ciao.
Hey, guys, don't leave the video quite yet. Okay, I've got a popo. They're coming after me, and I don't have much time to tell you, but you need to like and subscribe this video right here, down below. It's right down there. It's just waiting. It's waiting for you down there, okay? And make sure you watch these videos over here, too. You'll be doing me a big favor. I'm going to be in handcuffs pretty soon. All right. Thanks for watching.